Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for a very special episode. This is our first ever unboxing video here on the channel. And why would you ask we are doing an unboxing video? Well, that's because the kind folks over at Modifius Entertainment have sent us some exclusive previews of some new models for Fallout Wasteland Warfare in the Commonwealth wave. It just released. There's going to be 6 months of staggered releases for some new factions. So it's the middle of April, and we've got the May releases here early to show you folks. So I'm gonna bust this open and we're gonna take a look at the Conquerors of Quincy Gunners faction box as well as the Railroad Operatives box. So without further ado, let's get into this early access gear. Okay, so what do we got? Open this here like an absolute animal because, well, I don't know any other way of opening boxes. So much stuff. Gunner's Core box, and then we've got, of course, the Railroad Core box as well. We got 6 units in there. That's awesome, but you folks have probably already seen these. You might even already have them added to your collection, but what you haven't seen already are the Railroad Operatives and the Conquerors of Quincy. Let's just bust these open in fast forward style. Okay, so with all of that done, let's take a look at these boxes. Let's open up the Railroad first here. Take a look at the Railroad Operatives box. We've got 2 plastic baggies here with some different units in them. Let's see what we've got. Now these boxes are the first of the Fallout Wasteland Warfare line to come with modular weapons. So I have a feeling we're gonna have a couple options here for the Railroad. So let's take a look. We've got, sure enough, we've got what looks like to be our first Railroad Heavy. Here we can see we've got a Gauss rifle. Man, oh man, that is a beast of a weapon, as well as a hunting rifle. Looks like they're equipped with. Now the Railroad all have the specialty for the railway rifle, so they'll all be able to get a +2 with railway rifles. So interesting to see we've got a hunting rifle there instead. Next one looks like we've got another Gauss rifle and a combat rifle, not the hunting rifle. On this unit, looks like that's one of the female heavies there as well. Then here we go. We've got one of the heavies with a railway rifle. Ooh, man, that looks pretty awesome. This thing deals a lot of interesting damage. It rolls a blue special effect die, and you can put all sorts of different effects onto it depending on what you roll. So that's a little fun little addition there as well with the railway rifles. Well, now we've got another pack here. Let's see what we're dealing with. Let's see who else we've got. Oh, we've got a railway rifle that appears to have broken off one of the models, but hey, nothing a little super glue or some milliput can't fix. But now, where did that come from, you think? Oh, that's going to be off this Railroad Heavy. Here appears to have lost their railway rifle, so 2 of them, at the very least, come equipped with their railway rifles as options. And then, ooh yeah, baby, we've got Glory, the synth heavy Railroad Operative, and with her minigun. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Pretty stoked on that. Now, interesting that the minigun doesn't look like with any arms or anything attached, so this would be a good one for kit bashing if you wanted to add the minigun onto any other units. I might do just that and take Glory's minigun here and use it on a different mini, but hey, I digress. But at the very least, you've got some kit bashing options with these as well. And then we've got my personal favorite, Deacon, with his multiple heads, both the Bruce Willis look and the pompadour and his hunting rifle. So he has the specialty with the hunting rifle as well as with the railway rifle because of his unit card. So a pretty versatile unit there. So he's actually one of the better shooters in the entire faction. Keep an eye out for our review of the Railroad faction coming very, very soon. And that looks to be it. So what do we got total? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different Railroad units, 2 of them named characters with Deacon and Glory, and then 4 heavies with modular weapons, at least semi-modular. So I myself will probably kit 2 of these out with the railway rifles, and then maybe 1 Gauss rifle, and then 1 hunting rifle, but time will tell how I decide to kit these out. We all know that Fallout Wasteland Warfare is not a WYSIWYG game, but hey, at the very least, now you've got options into what you want to kit your Railroad crew out with. This is super awesome. I'm really excited for these Railroad units, and they're going to go great with all the other units that we've got here as well, with all the named characters in the Railroad core box. So lots of options here, lots of different ways to kit these crews out. Look for these coming out at the beginning of May, so there should be a Fallout Friday blog coming up on that the second weekend of May from John Webb at Modifius, and you can get your hands on these awesome models. Keep an eye out for those. But let's move on with our next box. We've got the Conquerors of Quincy. This is one I know that a lot of folks have been really excited for, particularly John from Modifius. This is his favorite faction in like the whole game and all of the games, interestingly enough. I'm more of a Brotherhood of Steel and Survivors guy, but John is entitled to his opinion and he's allowed to be wrong. So, maybe one day we'll get John here on the channel to do a little bit of a battle if we ever make it across the pond. But getting ahead of myself, let's take a look at these gunners. Let's dig into it. Okay, taking a look here now. Ooh, these are already looking awesome. 2 different models with power armor. If you want to get a full breakdown of what the gunners can do, then check out my Better Know a Faction video on the gunners. That'll be popping up here, I guess on this side. You can check that out and learn everything there is to know about all of these units before these units become available in the first couple of weeks of May. So give that video a check out there, and you can get your hands on these models soon enough. But let's take a look and see what we've got going here. This first box here looks like we've got Baker. Yep, we've got Big Gun Baker himself with multiple weapon options, multiple big gun options, in fact. So his AI card comes with the default missile launcher, which is my personal favorite weapon to use with him. I've used this unit a couple times in a couple different games. Missile launcher is the way to go because of his special abilities, but he comes with the Fat Man. Oh my God, the first Fat Man launcher in Wasteland Warfare. This thing is huge. It's bigger than the unit. It's taller than Baker himself. That's pretty awesome. So we've got multiple weapon options for him of big guns. That's freaking rad. So cool. The base he's on too has an interesting little theme to it. In Fallout 4, you find him perched up in a bell tower in the Quincy ruins, and here's the bell tower right there. So that's a cool little nod. Always fun to see what the scenic bases end up having on them from the Modifius crew. So hats off to the 3D development team there. And we also have just again a regular old-fashioned like conscript. Might end up using him as a private maybe, because he's got a good rifle, and I know this is the model that's on the conscript card, and conscripts technically can't use rifles, but hey, whatever. Maybe I'll use him as a sergeant down the line. We'll see what I come up with for that one. But okay, couple cool units there. Nothing too fancy as far as the base for that private unit, but that's okay. Now we get into some of the cooler stuff. The power armored units, the named characters in this faction. Here we've got Clint, with his signature laser rifle. Clint here's got a couple different head options. That's fun. He's got one bald-ish head, and then he's got one with his awesome little cowboy hat there. I'm gonna have to go cowboy hat. It's gonna be some Rocky Mountain High going on that bad boy. And then we've got just the plain head, and yeah, this laser rifle comes with a couple different awesome options. He actually gets that equipped for free, as well as the Enraged mod, which is a new item you can get in this expansion. But again, check out my video if you want to learn all about what these units can do. But as far as weapon options, looks like Clint only has the one. That's his laser rifle, so that's pretty cool. But he does have multiple heads, which is fun. And Tessa, on the other hand, let's see what she's working with. Tessa also has multiple heads. Looks like she's got her sort of baseball gear, Diamond City security helmet sort of head, and then just a regular plain Jane one. I'll probably do her up. Actually, you know what? I was going to say the plain head, but I'll probably do swappable heads. I've got some magnets that I'll use probably to make these interchangeable heads, and I've also got some heads that have magnets on them, so maybe I can use these as Soul Survivor and or Raiders. So there you go. Tons of new options with all of these new units. New weapons, swappable heads, modular options. This is awesome. Really cool to see the direction that the team is taking these over at Modifius, and I can't wait to see what you folks come up with for these, and I can't wait to get these put together myself. This is going to be a ton of fun, so definitely look for some new battle reports featuring the gunners and the Railroad will be coming very, very soon. Now, the Children of Atom are the only faction we haven't seen any boxes released yet for the Commonwealth wave, but I've been told that we're going to be getting our hands on some of those pretty early too. So hopefully we'll have an early release video for you folks when it comes to the Children of Atom, as well as lots of other stuff coming from the Modiphius folks. So big thank you to Modiphius for sending these boxes to us early ahead of release. Really excited to get these painted up, put together, and on the tabletop to do some battle reports with you folks. We're going to do some Gunners versus Minutemen, some Railroad versus Institute, and Children of Atom versus frickin' everyone, because they're going to be one of my favorite factions, I think, with all of their awesome new rules. So stay tuned for more videos, for more early releases, as well as Better Know a Faction videos featuring all of the new Commonwealth releases. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go get these ready to build, and stay tuned because, as always, WGNR will be back.